Welcome back. How are you, man?
Hey, I'm good. What about you?
I'm great. I've just told you before. You look great. You look relaxed. You look gorgeous. Even though I know that you work.
So do you.
Thank you. I'm so tan right now. Look at that. I'm a North African guy. I mean, you look so relaxed. Even though I know personally. Because I know Laurent very well, which he's working really hard, and he worked really hard in the last 3 months or so, very hard. So
Yeah.
again, this guy is incredible. I was telling him before.
So is he.
I was telling him before. I mean, he produces something which is absolutely incredible, and he did it in 3 days, which is I can barely believe that, but he really did it. I mean, I took 3 months or 3 years to do it. Yeah, you know.
You mean Trilogic reinvented?
Yeah, can you believe that? I don't know if you guys already listened to them, but the gorgeous track that he produced back in the days, and he remade them in 3 days. Can you believe that? He did it. I don't even know how he did it.
Pure luck. Pure luck.
Yeah.
So, the topic of the day, you got a question from someone, I believe,
got a
right?
question from Jonathan, if I remember well.
Okay.
I think it's Jonathan, and the question is, which are your favorite plugins to add some spice, to add some, that kind of icing on the cakes on your tracks. And I got several plugins. And probably from the isotope, probably some of them are from isotope, which I'm really loving at the moment. I'm spending a lot of time on those plugins at the moment, probably on Trash too, which I've already seen, which is about to be free.
Trash too.
Trash is crazy, which is on plugin boutique.
By the time you watch this.
Exactly.
Yeah, by the time you watch this video, it's free right now
free.
Upon any purchase on Plugin Boutique. So you purchase a product, whatever the price, and you get Trash 2 for free. It's just amazing, isn't it?
It's crazy because I think it's one of the best. How'd you say distortion? Yeah, it's some saturation. Yeah, it's pretty much whatever you want. You can apply it on kicks, on drums, on instruments, on synths. On wherever you want. I do love how it sounds, for example, on hi-hats or ning drums in different way. I mean, it's crazy the things that you can do with Trash too. There are several expansions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there are several expansions added to the pack, and I think they are free as well. So if you get a chance to go to the Plugin Boutique, I mean, I didn't get any money from Plugin Boutique. But if you spend probably 99 cents on whatever you want, you're gonna get Trash 2 for free. So go over there. You know what I mean?
One hell of a bargain.
Exactly. And it never happens, but it's crazy.
Any instruments? Any instruments that you can just.
Yeah, sometimes I add AB Synth, which is a kind of old plugin.
Yeah.
But sometimes if I feel myself, I can scratch the surface of that plugin and I get stuck into something unbelievable. And you never get tired of that instrument because I think it's really stimulating. You know what I mean? It's really innovative.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I found myself lost in some sounds and in sound engineering inside that plugin. I really love it. So if you get a chance to test it, it's kind of
It's kind of so Absinthe was originally created by a guy from the UK, I think.
Really?
His name is Brian Clavenger.
Oh.
And it was sold to Native Instruments this way. It's a wonderful synth. Actually,
I agree.
It was way ahead of its time back in the day. I still remember buying separately version 1 of Absinthe. Yeah.
Oh.
And I can tell you when Absinthe 3 got released, I was like,
yeah, because
now we are at Absinthe 5.
Yeah.
And
which was one of the most innovative plugins ever back in the days. If you think about the electronic music in general, and if you think about ambient music, probably not really good for many EDM guys. It's not the best, the one go to sing, boom, go, and it sounds perfect. Sometimes there are some kind of phase issues or whatever, but it sounds amazing to me. Actually, it's really inspiring, and of course it adds something to my tracks every time. Sometimes, you know what? Sorry for interrupting you. Sometimes I feel my track is ready, and I spend a couple of days to add just some icing on the cake with a synth, just for some transitions, for something which is gonna be really particular for the track. That's it's not a secret actually, but I love that one. So what about you? Is there any synth or instrument or plugin you'd like to mention?
There is something I use all the time actually, and but it's a very expensive thing. I got it with a serious, during a sales period, and there are lots of them. It's a product from Spitfire Audio called Orchestral Swarm.
Whoa.
It's actually a product that was created upon the release of Blue Planet Volume 2. The thing that was the score made by Hans together with Thom Yorke from Radiohead.
Yeah.
And actually it's beautiful because what you get is a lot of textures and a lot of articulations from orchestral instruments that you wouldn't expect. And actually they add a lot of spice to even they add a lot of organic spice to a very electronic composition in general. And I use that for my progressive house tracks and melodic house tracks all the time.
Oh, that's a big
secret. It adds a lot of it's not. Can you?
And the others. Yeah. Can you tell us how much is that? Is it? You told us it's expensive. How much is that? It's 400.
I think. 400? No. I think during a sales period you can have it for less than 200 euros.
Oh, cool.
VAT included.
Oh.
So it's not that expensive, but it's really helpful. But there are so many collections from Spitfire Audio that I use all the time. But not, I'm not into their big symphonics thing, BBCSO and everything. I just leave it to the specialists. I just focus on these let's say groundbreaking instruments, because this is what they are to me. And in terms of plugins, I would say there is one plugin I use, and this is also one of the reasons why I'm using Logic all the time, because now you have Camel Space and Camel Fat,
which I love them both. Freaking
molded for Logic, and now they are present in Logic. And you have Step FX and Fat FX, and they are just awesome, because with these two plugins you can completely transform. Actually, there are a lot of people using LFO Tool and Shaper Box and everything to do a simple volume automation for sidechain.
Yeah, sure.
And actually in Logic, I see a lot of people struggling with that, but I'm like, you have Step FX. You just do a 1/4 volume automation with a curve that just simulates the sidechain, and you're set, and it's done. Actually, it's done. It's so easy, and actually you can do that with Fat FX as well, but with the sidechain function,
of course.
It's just crazy.
I'm a big fan of Way Alchemy stuff. Gosh, please guys, consider to back to the full market again. I mean, you can still release with Logic, of course, because it's really convenient for you, but please be back for us, for not the Logic users, because you are so good. You are so good. You are
Unfortunately, I'm afraid it's not.
I know.
It ain't gonna happen. But that said, it's. From a commercial point of view, I think that was the right choice. And actually, imagine that now for 200 euros, you can have
You
these
can,
two plugins plus Alchemy,
Yeah.
plus the digital audio workstation
Yeah.
software that comes with it.
Which
It's
is
probably the best bang for buck.
Yeah.
But you don't get the Mac for that, of course.
Yeah.
That's but you know, any more or less recent second-hand Mac could do the trick.
Yeah, could
You
be
know,
perfect for
you
that.
don't have to spend a fortune on a Mac for that. But spicing things up, I believe that these two plugins that are part of Logic now,
Mhm.
and just Orchestral Swarm, and just these two products, and you can do pretty much everything you want. You can do hours and hours of music.
I will check them out.
So,
I will check them out.
Yeah, definitely you should.
I will.
So I think that sums it up for this week.
Yep.
That's and I hope that Jonathan got the answer to his question. If you have any other questions, guys, just leave them in the comments section below.
Always glad
And,
to answer back.
Leave us a thumb. We need likes. We need support, guys, and subscribe. Please, we need that.
One. All right, we really need that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and see you next week.
Thank you. See you next week.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.